This next story takes place in the city of Las Vegas. George Bone is a 31-year-old unregistered predator who served time in prison for lewd acts with a minor. Recently, he was charged with open murder.
We are getting our first look at a man accused of killing his roommate and leaving her body inside a home for at least a week. Thank you for joining us at 4. I'm Kirsten Joyce.
And I'm David Charnes. The 8 News Now investigators confirming 31-year-old George Bone is also listed as a non-compliant sex offender. He served prison time on sex-related charges. Police arresting him last night after officers discovered his roommate's body during a welfare check at a home they share near Warm Springs in Decatur.
According to the arrest report, Bone told officers he knew his roommate was dead and what caused it. He's got a criminal past. Records show Bone took an Alford plea on a charge of attempted lewdness with a child under the age of 14 back in 2013. In addition to an open murder charge, he also faces a charge of failing to register as a sex offender.
So let me get this right. He's unregistered. He's living in a home with a dead body and did not want to report that his friend had died 2 months prior. So basically, George was avoiding Beverly Ma's family. They were trying to text her, call her. There were 84 missed incoming calls to her phone. Little did they know, she had already passed on. What happened was a family member called an HVAC team to come out and take a look at the air because the bill was exceptionally high. And so they wanted to discover what was going on. Little did they know, there was a cooler sitting in front of the door that had been running for the last 2 months because Beverly Ma was inside of a closet and there was flies around the inside of the home that he was trying to keep everything at a cooler temperature. George was also using Beverly's Amazon account and her money to make purchases for himself.
A man accused of murder shares his side of the story.
I didn't know what else to do. I didn't know how to address it without ending up here.
George Bone spoke exclusively to 8 News Now from the Clark County Detention Center, days after he was arrested, accused of strangling his roommate Beverly Ma and living with her body in a closet for 2 months.
We should just call the cops right away anyway, and it's like, yeah, it's easy for you to say when you're not going to be the first suspect.
But the 31-year-old says the two were in an intimate relationship and that he didn't murder Ma. Bone claims he found her already dead and was afraid to report it because of his criminal history and status as a sex offender in Nevada.
This is where my mind was at. This is why I made so many bad decisions, and I'm not justifying them. I'm just telling you what happened, and why it happened.
Documents also list Bone as being afraid Ma would, quote, come back from the dead. When I asked him about this, he told me he wasn't thinking straight.
It was just me being, simultaneous, superstitious and just distraught, just that, watching too many horror movies and ghost stories growing up.
Through the conversation, Bone maintained his innocence.
It's like I foresee the perspective, it looks suspicious.
While speaking on what he referred to as his true feelings.
Y'all, this is all bad. This is disgusting. I hope that justice is served for Beverly Ma and her family. May she rest. And I hope that George Bone spends the rest of his life in prison.